On Thursday, President Joe Biden announced a blanket pardon for all federal prisoners who are serving time for the simple possession of marijuana, along with, of course, ordering Xavier Becerra to look at rescheduling cannabis away from Schedule 1. I think those are very positive moves, which are expected to help thousands of people, just the pardons by themselves. Now, of course, whenever you actually try to help people, you end up making Republicans furious. And so I put together a little compilation of Republicans that are not happy about this. Take a look.
Too many lives have been upended by marijuana.
It starts with marijuana, but where does it go from there?
I happen to think that marijuana is a gateway drug.
Does marijuana open us up to the demonic?
It's dangerous stuff.
And then a few years later, they decriminalized hard drugs, cocaine, heroin, LSD, and even meth.
I know everybody talks about, medical marijuana. It's not approved by the FDA. Who wants this so badly, right? Who wants it? How did this happen?
3/4 of Americans think that we should legalize marijuana.
I think Barack Obama's into it. Maybe he's a habitual pot smoker. Who knows? He certainly liked it in his youth.
I've seen people who've even become demonized. One of our friends was demonized by a spirit of marijuana.
When you smoke pot, you get sloppy and stupid, all right? I know there are people out there who swear by this stuff. You don't know what you're talking about.
There's a lot in that was funny. But I think my favorite thing right now is to hear right-wingers talk about marijuana. Because, again, they can't get more ridiculous. Oh, there's the spirit of marijuana. Oh, okay. So, look, let's get to the argument of cannabis not approved by the FDA. What about all the weirdo supplements that people took for COVID? That Republicans were saying, no, great for COVID. Like, for what was it? Hydroxychloroquine. Not approved for use against COVID. For other things, yes, but the FDA did not clear it for COVID. They took it anyway. And some even took like the horse stuff. It's crazy. What about all the other stuff that Alex Jones sells? You know, like the Brain Force Plus. Or who can forget the Daily Instahard? Okay. Oh, and look, by the way, the Republican Party is running Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz, his entire TV career was using his TV show to slang dubious non-FDA approved supplements. So, I mean, come on, you want to talk about that? You want to talk about, it's not approved by the FDA, this marijuana's. Well, what about that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Their arguments, they're either not true or they're just completely bonkers. A friend, he was possessed by a marijuana spirit. That actually sounds kind of fun. Hey, marijuana spirit, let's party. But I think my favorite was Greg Kelly immediately going to Barack Obama. Now, here's the thing. There's actually criticism from the left for Barack Obama. Obama should have been the one to have done this already. It should have had to taken this long, to have Biden take these very simple steps. It should have happened a long time ago. But Obama, he was in the position to do so, and he didn't. The guy smoked weed in college and became president of the United States of America. But then, he decided to let everyone else who got caught for possession in federal crimes or federal prison, they would rot in federal prisons. If anybody should have done this, it should have been Obama. But hey, look, it took Biden to do this, and while I'm glad that it's done, it shouldn't have taken this long. And by the way, there's criticism of Biden on this. At least 5 members of Biden's staff were fired for having used marijuana in their past. Not even on their job, just in their past, even though they were told it wouldn't matter. For example, the Daily Beast reported back in March of 2021 that dozens of young White House staffers had either been asked to resign or suspended or put in remote work program over their past marijuana use, despite assurances earlier that their past marijuana use would not impact their employment. So let's just be honest about the history of this, right? And I can do that, but I can also give credit to a good thing that President Biden had done. Now, that really takes the wind out of the sails of a lot of these right-wing arguments. Look, I wish Democrats were as cool as the right wing makes them out to be, honestly, while trying to paint them as quote-unquote dangerous leftists. Well, dangerous leftists, yes, I like being a dangerous leftist. That's a good thing. It turns out it's actually popular. But look, the whole right-wing reefer madness response, by the way, they're just talking about the pardons. They haven't even actually done the other stuff yet. Marijuana is not legal across the country. It's not even decriminalized federally. We're just working. It's the first step towards doing that. But look, the freak out, number one, is incredibly hilarious. But secondly, it's incredibly predictable. But it's not because they care about safety. It's not because, they care about the people and they don't want them trapped in a cycle of drugs. No, the real reason that they hate this move by the Biden administration is, well, they're going to admit it.
I think this will be very impactful for Joe Biden and Democrats in terms of winning over a large portion of the voter electorate that thinks this is an important issue. There are a lot of Democrats, and 3/4 of Americans think that we should legalize marijuana. So that is something, certainly a factor in him making this decision. I see this as a ploy to, in midterms, to gain support and gain voters.
Oh, it's a ploy. It's a ploy to gain voters. How dare you do things that are popular? Yeah, of course that's what it is. Look, sure, first you cancel some student loan debt, and now you're going to reschedule marijuana while pardoning people, which is supported by 3/4 of the country, while our party sits here and tries to ban reproductive rights. So wait a minute, the Democrats are offering freedom from student loan debt, or at least significant portions of student loan debt, and freedom for people who should never have been locked up in the first place? While Republicans are restricting freedom, and you wonder why these things are popular. You wonder why you might lose in these midterms. Look, I don't know if you know this, but I think the Democrats have started to catch on here. When you do things that people like, that tends to make you a little bit more popular. It might actually help you win elections. I know that it's anathema to Republicans because all they've been using to trying to do to win elections is fearmonger about brown people and suppress other people's votes to win. But it turns out that the Democrats, at least Joe Biden, has figured out that doing somewhat popular things might make people turn out and vote. And so we might want to do some popular things. Good. I hope he keeps at it. Let's go, Brandon. Not ironic. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Dank Brandon. I hope he keeps at it. Because it turns out I like when politicians do popular things. Weird. But that's why they're actually really angry. All right. Go to the next one. More freak out.